Hey folks, Turbine Guy coming back at you. Now today I want to talk about an opinion article I found in Bloomberg that is quite interesting. The title is US Can Build and Fight Climate Change at the Same Time. Subtitle, Waiving Trump-era tariffs on imports of materials that are produced using low carbon intensive methods would promote sustainability as the US ramps up on spending infrastructure. That's a lot of big words, and it's obviously a slanted article because tariffs aren't just from Trump, they're from all different presidents in different eras. But it does have an interesting point to it, which is worth considering, that what the U.S. should do, author Ellen Wald was trying to say, is that the U.S. should target tariffs at carbon-intensive production processes in certain countries. There are ways, for instance, to make steel, which accounts for 11% of the carbon dioxide emitted every year, with less carbon. China produces more carbon at their coal plants where they produce steel and aluminum than India, US, and the rest of China itself use in their coal plants. So all these coal plants burning in China are carbon intensive. Well, you go to places like Italy and Spain, and the US being fourth in the steel market, they have lower carbon emissions as they produce their steel. Why? Because we use natural gas, because we use hydropower, because we use nuclear power, whatever the reason may be. So there are ways, instead of simple blanket tariffs as there are for aluminum, because it's a 10% tariff on aluminum for all countries but Mexico and Canada because they're next to us. But there are ways that you could target these tariffs to certain countries which are using less efficient and less environmental friendly methods to build it. The main goal would be to focus tariffs on certain countries like China that produce a lot of CO2 when they're producing things like aluminum, so that companies like Alcoa, which have a low carbon footprint in the US when they're producing our aluminum, but it's more expensive, are able to compete with the cheap Chinese stuff. And of course, we all know that no matter how much politics say, businesses are always going to gravitate towards a cheaper product because they have a bottom line to meet. The way to do that is to level the playing field using targeted tariffs on certain countries for certain products in order to reduce the overall carbon production while producing the products we need to build our infrastructure. I don't necessarily disagree with this. Not a bad idea. Move people towards renewable products, because to me, the biggest problem is when a country like China, who does not have the environmental standards we have, burns all that coal. All that junk is going in the air. And all that junk gets spread evenly around the globe, and then we all got to live with all that junk, even though it's made in China. Turbine Guy, signing off.